welcome along. Tonight I'm going to be making some really simple vegetables. I'm making broccolini and I'm going to do this in the oven, and all you need is some parmesan cheese or pecorino cheese or something sort of nice and tangy, a few cloves of garlic, a little bit of light olive oil because you don't want to make the flavour too heavy, and I'm going to introduce a really controversial vegetable, but I've got them in the fridge so I'm going to use them, and they are Brussel sprouts. Oh my god, how do you eat Brussels sprouts? No, Brussels sprouts. Up to you. If you don't want to put the Brussels sprouts, no problem. Just do the broccolini. Leave the Brussels sprouts out. Up to you. So I'm going to prepare it now and I'll go through the steps in a minute. Okay, so I've cut my broccolini, stalks and the heads, just put them in there, and I've halved all of the Brussels sprouts. Like I said, you don't have to use the Brussels sprouts, it's up to you. I've got half a cup of the light olive oil, I've got my garlic there now, and I've also grated my pecorino. So now all we do is literally sprinkle the garlic all over him. Okay, and then we take the oil, good, nice and all over. Okay, and so what we're now going to do, I'm going to put this directly into the oven for approximately 20 minutes at about 170, 180 degrees Celsius. But in between I'm going to give it one turnover, so that way it doesn't burn. And then 5 minutes before they're ready, I'll do the final step. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. I'm just giving it a bit of a mix so it cooks nice and evenly. I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 5 minutes or so. As you can see, they're starting to get nice and brown, and you can smell the garlic going through it. And if you don't like garlic, you can leave the garlic out and use ginger or any sort of other things that you like. And then in about 8 minutes, I'll do the last step. Okay, it's about 8 minutes later. Final step, simply take the grated cheese, like I said, whether it's parmesan or pecorino, just something nice and full of flavour. I suppose you could even use tasty if you really want tasty, you don't like all the other stuff. So this is just all about giving it your best shot, and I can tell you now, it comes up awesome. And I do use awesome too much, I've got to find a new word. That's going to be my job for tomorrow. Now that goes back in the oven for about 3 or 4 minutes so the cheese melts, and then we're ready to eat. Okay, about 3 minutes later, as you can see, the cheese is melted nicely on top. And it's gone nice and crispy. Well, it's hot. Still got some crunch. Trust me. Best way to do it. Enjoy.